If your cat does strange things around you that don't quite make sense, you might think they're just being, well, a cat, right? The weird chirping sounds. The headbutting at 3 a.m. The staring that borders on creepy. And honestly, cats are mysterious creatures. But here's what most cat owners never realize. Those bizarre behaviors that seem random, or even annoying? They're not quirks. They're not accidents. And they're definitely not things your cat does with just anyone. These are behaviors reserved exclusively for humans they've chosen to love. And the science behind why cats do these things reveals something profound about how they bond, how they communicate, and what you actually mean to them. Most owners see these behaviors every single day and have no idea they're being given one of the highest compliments a cat can offer. Let me be clear. Not every cat does all of these. But if your cat does even 3 or 4, you're not just a caretaker or a food source. You're family. Let's start with the one that seems the most annoying but is actually the most vulnerable. Let's get the awkward one out of the way first. Does your cat walk up to you, turn around, and stick their rear end directly in your face? And have you been pushing them away thinking it's rude or gross? Here's what's really happening. In cat social dynamics, presenting the rear end is an invitation to greeting and identification. Cats identify each other by scent, and their anal glands carry unique chemical signatures. When your cat presents their backside to you, they're saying, "This is who I am. I trust you enough to know me." But here's the deeper part. Research on feline social behavior shows that cats only do this with individuals they consider part of their colony. Strange cats, threatening animals, or humans they don't trust? They face them head-on, ready to flee or fight. The but presentation is the opposite of a threat posture. It's complete trust. Your cat is showing you the most vulnerable part of their body and expecting you to respond appropriately, which in cat language would be a sniff. Obviously, you don't have to do that. But a gentle pet or acknowledgement tells them, "Yes, I recognize you too. You're safe here." Has your cat ever brought you a dead bug? A destroyed toy mouse? Or if they go outside, something even more disturbing like a dead bird or rodent? And you're standing there horrified while your cat looks proud? This behavior confuses most owners because it seems macabre. But here's what researchers have found. There are actually 2 theories behind this, and both point to deep affection. Theory 1. Your cat sees you as part of their family group but notices you never hunt. So they're either teaching you, like a mother cat teaching kittens, or providing for you because they think you're a really bad hunter who might starve. Theory 2. They're bringing their prey to their safe place, which is wherever you are. You represent security, so naturally, that's where they bring their prized possessions. A study on feline hunting behavior found that cats are significantly more likely to bring prey items to locations associated with primary attachment figures. Your cat could take that toy mouse anywhere. They chose to bring it to you. That's not random. That's love expressed in the most cat way possible. You know the behavior. Your cat climbs onto your lap, and suddenly they're pushing their paws in and out against your leg, claws sometimes extended, looking absolutely blissful while you're trying not to wince. This is called making biscuits, and here's what it means. Kittens need their mother's belly to stimulate milk flow while nursing. It's a behavior associated with the deepest comfort and security a cat ever experiences. When your adult cat needs you, they're regressing to that infantile state of complete contentment. Research on feline behavior and development shows that kneading in adult cats is directly linked to positive emotional states and strong attachment. They're not doing this on the couch or the floor. They're doing it on you. Because you make them feel the way their mother did, safe, loved, provided for. And the purring that usually accompanies it? That's the combination hitting peak emotional resonance. Your cat is literally telling you, "Being with you feels like being a kitten again, when the world was simple and I was completely safe." Yes, the claws hurt. But what your cat is giving you is trust so deep they've forgotten to be a competent adult predator. They're a baby again, just for you. If you're realizing your cat has been speaking a love language you never understood, that's exactly what Whisker Wisdom is here for. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the science behind what your cat is really telling you. Because the next behaviors get even stranger, and even more meaningful. We covered this in depth in another video, but it deserves a spot here because it's one of the most deliberate love signals cats give. When your cat looks at you from a distance and slowly closes their eyes, they're doing something that goes against survival instinct. Closing your eyes in the presence of another being, even for a second, is a vulnerability that predators and prey animals don't offer lightly. That slow blink is your cat saying, "I trust you so completely that I'm willing to be defenseless around you." A 2020 study from the University of Sussex confirmed that the slow blink is a genuine affiliative signal. Cats are significantly more likely to slow blink at humans they're bonded with, and they respond positively when humans blink back. The key detail? They're doing this when they don't need anything. Not at mealtime. Not when they want a door opened. Just because you're there and they wanted you to know they feel safe. That's love distilled to a single gesture. Does your cat make a sound that's not quite a meow, more like a rolling, brrrp, or chirping noise when you walk in the room or make eye contact? That's called trilling, and here's why it matters. Adult cats primarily meow at humans, not other cats. But trilling? That's different. Mother cats trill at their kittens as a greeting and to say, "Follow me," or "Pay attention, I have something for you." It's an inherently maternal, affectionate vocalization. When your adult cat trills at you, they're using the sound they associate with family bonds and caregiving. Research on feline vocalizations shows that cats reserve trilling almost exclusively for positive social interactions with trusted individuals. Your cat sees you, feels happy about it, and uses the vocal equivalent of a warm hug. It's spontaneous, unforced affection. And it's one of the purest. "I'm happy you exist" signals a cat can give. Your cat walks directly across your keyboard, sits on the book you're reading, positions themselves between you and your phone screen. And you're thinking, "Why are you like this?" Here's the reframe. Your cat chose your attention over everything else available to them. They could be sleeping, grooming, staring out a window, playing with toys. Instead, they decided that interacting with you, right now, is the most valuable thing they could be doing. A study on cat-human interaction patterns found that attention-seeking behaviors like these are significantly more common in cats with secure attachments to their owners. Cats who don't feel bonded might be in the same room, but they won't actively interrupt you for interaction. Yes, the timing is inconvenient. But your cat doesn't understand deadlines. What they understand is that you're focused on something that isn't them, and they'd like to be included in your world. That's not annoying. That's chosen companionship. This one makes people uncomfortable. You get up to use the bathroom, and suddenly you have a furry supervisor who will absolutely not be left behind. They sit there, watching, maybe even reaching a paw under the door if you dare close it. Here's what's happening. In the wild, cats are most vulnerable when they're eliminating or in confined spaces. Your cat knows this. And when you go into a small room and close the door, their instinct says, "My family member is in a vulnerable position. I should keep watch." But it's deeper than that. Research on feline territorial and social behavior shows that cats maintain closer proximity to individuals they're strongly bonded with, even following them between rooms during routine activities. Your cat isn't being creepy. They're being a loyal companion who doesn't want you to be alone when you're vulnerable, and who finds your absence, even for 3 minutes, less appealing than your company. That's devotion in a very cat-specific package. Here it is. The behavior that reveals everything. Your cat has an entire house. Soft beds, sunny spots, quiet corners, the expensive cat tree you bought specifically for them. And yet they choose to sleep on your lap, your chest, your feet. Even when you move and disturb them. Even when it's not the most comfortable position. This is the deepest form of trust a cat can show. Here's why. Sleep is the most vulnerable state a living being enters. For a cat, both predator and prey, sleeping in the wrong place means death. Cats are hardwired to sleep in locations that are safe from threats, temperature controlled, elevated, or enclosed, monitored for danger. Your body checks none of those boxes reliably. You move. You're unpredictable. You're not enclosed. And yet your cat chooses you anyway. Research on feline sleep patterns and social behavior found that cats preferentially sleep in physical contact with their primary attachment figures, even when objectively better sleeping locations are available. The study concluded that the social comfort outweighs physical comfort in bonded cat-human relationships. Your cat is choosing you over their own comfort and safety instincts. They're saying, being close to you is more important than being comfortable. Your presence makes me feel safer than the safest hiding spot. I want to spend my most vulnerable hours with you. And when they sleep on your chest, right over your heartbeat, they're regulating their breathing and heart rate to yours. You become their calm, their security, their home. That's not just love. That's choosing you as their person in the most profound way a cat can express. At Whisker Wisdom, we believe in understanding what our cats are really telling us, not just what we assume they mean. If this helped you see your cat's weird behaviors as the love language they actually are, share it with someone whose cat does these things too. Your cat has been telling you, I love you, in 8 different ways. Now you know how to recognize every single one. And maybe, just maybe, those annoying little interruptions and weird quirks will feel a little more like the compliments they've always been.